Okay, sit down, relax, and let me tell you how these 12 cards and few dice is everything that you need from now on to make your trip even better with some games while you are on a train or a bus or anywhere. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel, and today we are going to talk about a game called BANDADA. I don't have any box or anything because this is a printer and play version of the game that is going on a Kickstarter right now. So there is a link in the description down below, so feel free to check it out. And yeah, as I said in my intro, 12 cards, few dice, some extra stuff if you want to include, that's really optional. And let me show you how the game works and what it is all about, and then we'll talk some more about it. This is basically how the game plays, and just before we start, do know that this is a completely print and play version of the game. So only sleeves that I had that have the back that is not transparent, so you don't see what the card beneath is, so you can see just this one, are these shame. So yeah, this game is not shame, this game is pretty awesome. So these are the only sleeves that I had, so keep that in mind. Everything here is prototype. These dice are from some other game, and these are just printed on the paper, these cards. So yeah, how the game works. Basically, when it's your turn, you will pick one of those birds and you will do whatever it does on the top of the card. For example, this one says flip 2 blue dice. So, and these cards are not connected to these dice. I just set them up like this so you can see it better. But yeah, so for example, I pick this one and it says flip 2 blue dice, and the scoring for this card is 1 point per odd red. Per red that is odd, that is a number like 1, 3, or 5. So I will take this card into my possession. I will flip 2 dice. Let's say, for example, I flip this one and this one on the other side. And that is that. And now I score. Now I score 1 point per odd red. In this situation, that would be 2 points, and I get 2 points. But before I get to point, before I do that, the other player has to pick something, because this game goes up to 2 players. This is a 2-player game with option to play solo. So now they have a selection of 3 cards, and they say, for example, they will take this one, which says give 1 blue plus 1, and they will do it like, let's say, put this on a 6, and then give 1 green minus 1. And since the dice wrap around, 1 is always, if it's minus 1, the 1 will become a 6. And if 6 is plus 1, it will become 1. So they do that, and then they take 1 point per red that is 4 or more. So right now that's just 2 dice, so they will also score 2 points. And now actually we score points, and we, for the round 1, both have 2 points, which is pretty cool. Then these cards get removed, and you put 3 new cards. And now this player gets to pick what they will do with the dice, and you will, as you can see, manipulate dice throughout 4 rounds, and at the end of each round you will score all of the cards, all the previous cards and all the cards that you will collect. So for example, if, let's say, these 2 players had these cards in their possession and it's the end of round 2, they will, then this player will score 1 point per blue that is 4 or less, that is less than 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 1 point per odd red. So you will score both of these. So the first card you take will actually score 3 times, or 4 times to be exact. So yeah, that is that. Optionally, you can have these end game scoring cards, which I definitely play with. These are pretty cool. They give you 2 options, which I like so much. For example, this one says points equal to the total of the green dice. So you total all the green dice and get that many points, or 3 points for each number 3 that you can see, and you choose whichever one gives you more points, which is really, really awesome. So it gives you some flexibility of how will you do the end game scoring. Optionally, you can have one of these meeples that give you some special abilities. Now, of course, these are all prototype, but if you have like a smaller dice, all of this would probably fit in one small, like a deck box or something like that. And basically, yeah, that's everything. There is 12 of these cards, 12 different cards that you will play throughout the game, and at the end of round 4 you will tally up the score, and whoever has the most point is the winner. Now let's talk some more about it. Okay, so that was a Bandada. I hope I am pronouncing it correctly. Probably not, but yeah, Bandada is something that I really like lately more and more, and that is small games that give you so much gameplay. So as you already saw, 12 cards and 12 dice is everything you need for you and your significant other, or with whoever you play two-player games, can have a tons of fun in like 15 minutes tops. This game is super easy to learn, it's super easy to teach. The rules are like really simple, easy to understand, but there is so many variations that can happen, and each game can feel so differently. And trying to influence others dice, because you're trying to figure out what the player is doing. And I mean, you see some of the cards that players are going to score, and you are trying to mess them up, but in a process don't mess yourself up, because sometimes some dice that are working for them are working for you too. So now you have to take a wager. Do you really want to mess it up or not? uh, in essence, it is like a micro game of sorts, and it is dice manipulation, sort of deck building. It's really weird combination of things that you do in this game, but you do them really good. This game is absolutely a blast to play, and as I said in my intro, if you want, like, I think this is the the perfect travel game. This is the perfect travel game, at least for me, because it has dice that you can roll, that you can manipulate in all sorts of different ways. It has this like sort of deck building. I mean, you only get 4 cards, but you get to score all of them, and you have to watch dice constantly what other players are doing. And if you decide to play with these end game goals, which I wholeheartedly recommend you play with, because these do introduce some more of a mystery to what the player is doing. You're really trying to figure out, okay, so why is he boosting the reds so much? Do I really want to mess him up or something like that? And yeah, I absolutely enjoy this. I think I will say one more time, I think this is a perfect travel game for any occasion if you travel a lot. Unfortunately, I don't travel a lot, but we do have a little baby, and we don't have that much time for board games these days, my wife and I, even though we had much more time when we were not parents. But now games like this really come to the table, because we can just like, okay, the baby is asleep for an hour, we can bust out this game and play like a couple of rounds of Bandada and have fun. The kiddies wake up, and we do all kinds of different stuff with him. And yeah, life goes on. You played some board games, all is good. And yeah, that is that. Thank you all for checking out this video. Do check out the Kickstarter. There is a link in the description down below. It is really a nice game. I wholeheartedly recommend you check this one if you are into like these easy small games. And that is that. Do join me next time when I will be flying through space, just waving my hands like a bird, and see how it goes. And until then, pozdrav. 12 cards and a few dice can make your life a way much make your life a way it's a life-changing experience. Yeah, that's life. That's life. Yeah, no singing, we're gonna get copy strike. Okay, sit